Elsie, for asking me to do this and giving me the opportunity. And I would like to thank God for all of the open doors to serve Him and just all the opportunities to serve Him that He's given me. So I'm going to start off with Ruth. I guess that's what the whole thing's about, is Ruth. So obviously I'd be starting off with Ruth. So Boaz showing Ruth grace and being Ruth's Redeemer foreshadows God being our Redeemer and showing us grace. I'm going to start off with reading Ruth 2, verses 2 to 6. Please let me go to the field and glean heads of grain after him in whose sight I may find favor. And she said to her, Go, my daughter. Then she left and went and gleaned in the field after the reapers, and she happened to come to the part of the field belonging to Boaz, who was of the family of Elimelech. Now behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said to the reapers, The Lord be with you. And they answered him, The Lord bless you. Then Boaz said to his servant who was in charge of the reapers, Whose young woman is this? So the servant who was in charge of the reapers answered and said, It is the young Moabite woman who came back with Naomi from the country of Moab. And she said, Please let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came and has continued from morning until now, though she rested a little in the house. So Ruth didn't know it was Boaz's field. Keyword, she just so happened to be there. She was not seeking him out, she was just working hard, and it was while she was working in the field that Boaz noticed her. So how we can reflect on this is we should put our main focus on serving God and working to build up the kingdom of heaven, not on finding a husband. That will be added to us later when God blesses us. And this reminds me of Matthew 6:33, which is, Seek first the kingdom of heaven, and the rest shall be added on to you. Now I'm going to read Ruth 2, verses 8 to 9. Sorry, let me find it. Okay. Then Boaz said to Ruth, You will listen, my daughter, will you not? Do not go to glean in another field, nor go from here, but stay close by my young woman. Let your eyes be on the field which they reap, and go after them. Have I not commanded the young men not to touch you? And when you are thirsty, go to the vessels and drink from what the young men have drawn. Okay, so Ruth 2, verses 8 to 9 starts to show how Boaz protects Ruth and is gracious to her, allowing her to work in his field, and telling the men not to touch her and to stay close to him, telling her not to work in any other field where he can't protect her. God protects us in the same way. When we are close to God, nothing can harm us. Now I'm going to read Ruth 2, verses 10 to 13. So she fell on her face and bowed down to the ground and said to him, Why have I found favor in your eyes, that you should take notice on me, since I am a foreigner? And Boaz answered and said to her, It has been fully reported to me all that you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, and how you have left your father and your mother and the land of your birth, and have come to a people whom you did not know. The Lord repay your work, and a full reward be given you by the Lord God of Israel, under whose wings you have come for refuge. Then she said, Let me find favor in your sight, my lord, for you have comforted me and have spoken kindly to your maidservant, though I am not like one of your maidservants. Okay, so Ruth 2, verses 10 to 13. Boaz noticed Ruth's good heart and willing to work hard, and spoke kindly to her and comforted her, just like how God speaks kindly to us and comforts us. Now I'm going to read Ruth 2, verses 19 to 23. And her mother-in-law said to her, Where have you gleaned today? And where did you work? Blessed be the one who took notice of you. So she told her mother-in-law with whom she had worked, and said, The man's name with whom I work today is Boaz. Then Naomi said to her daughter-in-law, Blessed be of the Lord, who has not forsaken his kindness to the living and the dead. And Naomi said to her, This man is a relation of ours. Is a relation of ours, one of our close relatives. Ruth the Moabitess said, he also said to me, you shall stay close by my young men until they have finished all my harvest. And Naomi said to Ruth, her daughter-in-law, it is good, my daughter, that you go out with his young woman, and that people do not meet you in any other field. So she stayed close by the young woman of Boaz to glean until the end of the barley harvest and wheat harvest, and she dwelt with her mother-in-law. So Ruth 2 verses 19 to 23 show that Ruth didn't even know who Boaz was other than his name. She didn't know it was a relative. Whoever God has handpicked in store for us, we have no idea just how great they are, but they are going to be more wonderful than we can ask or imagine. Which reminds me of Ephesians 3:20. Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we can ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us. Now I'm going to read Ruth 3 verses 8 to 13. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said to her, my daughter, shall I not seek security for you? Sorry, I read the wrong part. Okay. Ruth 3, verses 8 to 13. Now it happened at midnight that the man was startled and turned himself, and there a woman was lying at his feet. And he said, who are you? And she answered, I am Ruth, your maidservant. Take your maidservant under your wing, for you are a close relative. Then he said, blessed are you of the Lord, my daughter, for you have shown more kindness at the end than at the beginning, and that you did not go after a young man, whether poor or rich. And now, my daughter, do not fear, for I will do for you all that you request, for all the people of my town know that you are a virtuous woman. Now it is true, I am a close relative. However, there is a relative closer than I. Stay this night, and in the morning it shall be that if he will perform the duty of a close relative for you, good, let him do it. But if he does not want to perform the duty for you, then I will perform the duty for you. As the Lord lives, lie down until the morning. Boaz honored Ruth's kindness and was willing to redeem her. God honors our kindness and redeems us and blesses us. Now I'm going to read Ruth 4, verses 10 to 15. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the widow of Mahlon, I have acquired as my wife to perpetuate the name of the dead through his inheritance, that the name of the dead may not be cut off from among his brethren, and from his position at the gate. You are witness this day. And all the people who were at the gate and the elders said, we are witness. The Lord make the woman who is coming to your house like Rachel and Leah, the two who built the house of Israel. And may you prosper in Ephrath and be famous in Bethlehem. May your house be like the house of Perez, whom Tamar bore to Judah, because of the offspring which the Lord will give you from this woman. So Boaz took Ruth, and she became his wife. And when he went into her, the Lord gave her conception, and she bore a son. Then the woman said to Naomi, blessed be the Lord, who has not left you this day without a close relative, and may his name be famous in Israel, and may he be to you a restorer of life and a nourisher of your old age. For your daughter-in-law who loves you, who is better than 7 sons, has borne him. So Boaz redeems Ruth and marries her, Boaz redeems Ruth and marries her. She gives birth to a son, and Naomi's life is restored. And Boaz and Ruth's bloodline is very blessed. Both David and Jesus are descendants of Ruth. And that's all I have. I hope this blesses someone. And it's basically just kind of like showing like how Jesus is our Redeemer and God shows us grace just like Boaz showed Ruth grace, and Boaz is Ruth's Redeemer. Thank you. Goodbye.